Hey guys, so it's time for another video. We're gonna take my beautiful car for a little spin here in beautiful Dubai, and we're gonna talk about mindset. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it, right? Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Alright, Ka, how did you end up driving in this amazing Maybach here through Dubai?
Well, first of all, technically, I'm not really driving it, right? I have my amazing driver. But yeah, so first, actually, Maybach was always my dream. I always wanted a Maybach with a driver to drive around. I was actually seeing myself having that when I was younger. I remember when I was walking around in Cannes, in the French Riviera, many years ago when I was much younger. With my family, I was looking at the big yachts. I was looking at these successful businessmen with their Maybachs and drivers, and I was visualizing myself having that kind of lifestyle. So Maybach was always something I wanted, and the fact that I could, I guess I bought this like a year ago now, but the fact that I could buy this and actually drive around in it, for me it's a nice little dream come true. It's very cool.
And how did you end up here? Like being able to drive this crazy car?
Yeah.
Like where did this all start?
Yeah, that's a very good question with a long answer. But so essentially 3 years ago, I was still working in a grocery store in Sweden. I was a cashier. I was also actually cleaning stuff sometimes, really the lowest level in the grocery store, minimum wage in Sweden. And I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed going to work because I had my friends there, and I had, it was something to do, right? But for me, there was always this thing in my mind that this is not what I was meant to do. Even though I enjoyed being with my colleagues and friends, I was always a little bit disappointed in myself, and I felt a little bit anxious about my future. Like, is this really what I'm supposed to do my whole life? Like, this is not really what I'm meant to do. I need to do something bigger and better, and because when I was very young, we're talking I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, I was always telling myself that I have to be successful. I want to be rich. I want to be free and travel the world. I always had that. I always wanted that. And I remember when I was very young, I always told people that I know I'm going to be rich before 30. I told people I'm going to be rich before 30. I have no clue what I'm going to do, but just watch me. But as I became older, 21, 22, 23, I started to realize that, okay, so if I'm going to be rich, I have to take a decision soon because I'm getting older. And then I became I don't know, 23, 24, and eventually it was it's time. I'm going to be 30 soon. If I'm going to be successful, it's really time to act. And I was working in the grocery store, and at that time I decided, there was I think this one day or so when I really decided okay, now enough is enough. I am going to be successful, I am going to be rich, and I am going to be free, and do all these crazy things that I always wanted for myself. I'm going to have my dream life. So that was a decision I made. And I think that's the key moment in my life where everything really changed. Not overnight, that's for sure, but that was the reason for why this is all happening now. So when you change your mindset, I think that's basically when you change your world, because mindset is really everything. If you believe that you are just a normal person, if you believe that you will continue to do normal things, and if you believe that you have so the thing is, people think that millions of dollars and success only happens to a select few people in the movies or on Instagram. But that's the belief that will keep you from that reality. Belief is very important. Belief and vision, goals and mindset, like all of that, it's all mindset if you really kind of summarize that into one word. So
And I mean, this is the mindset, but what did you specifically do, like to become
Yeah.
who you are today? And
yeah, very simple. So actually, I'll tell you right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can, in just a few years, be anything you want. You can be a millionaire, you can be a movie actor, you can be a whatever, Formula One driver. It's all about you deciding and then using these techniques that I'm gonna show or share with you right now. So, first of all, this is something called the law of attraction, and I'm sure some of you may have heard about it before. The law of attraction is almost like or it is a law of nature. It's like gravity. It's something that's always working. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It's always there. This is something that's just like, for me now, it's a fact. I'm the living proof. So if you just assume that I'm talking not crazy stuff here, listen to this now, because this is the most important thing you will ever listen to. First of all, the most important thing is that you need to want, or like have the desire to have a better life. If you don't care, then I don't think that you're like, you need to really have the desire to change your life. That gives you the motivation to really push through here. But then the most important thing actually is to visualize and set your goals. So let's say your goal is to have I don't know, $1 million, just to make it very simple. Then what you need to do is set that goal up, preferably maybe even write it down. That's what I do sometimes. But the most important thing is to visualize and believe that you already have the $1 million. And I'm gonna tell you why. So instead of thinking, oh, I really want $1 million, oh, I really need $1 million, then you are your energy will project that you don't have the $1 million, because you're saying, I want $1 million or I need $1 million. For the law of attraction to work, you need to put the feeling inside of your body as if you already have it. So, for example, you can visualize yourself sitting there with your computer and you're opening up your bank account or your Bitcoin wallet or whatever, and you see $1 million there. And you just imagine that you have the feeling of already having it. That's what I did. So let me tell you what I did when I was younger. I was sitting in the grocery store. I started to visualize myself flying private jets. I was visualizing myself driving in Maybach. I was visualizing myself traveling the world in, first class and the private jets, and to countries, and doing cool stuff. I visualized money. I visualized, my bank account being like a huge number, and I was always acting as if I already had these things. And one thing I did, which may or may not have had a big impact, but I think it was, is actually when I was poor, when I was working in the grocery store, I bought a pair of very expensive second-hand shoes. So actually, if you look at these shoes, it's this brand, Louboutin. These are new, however. I bought them just like a couple of weeks ago. But back then, I bought a pair of black Louboutins like this that are, of course, very expensive. The new price is like maybe $1,200, but I bought them secondhand back then for I think $200 or $300, which was already a lot for me back then. But I wanted to buy these shoes because I wanted to use them as a law of attraction kind of help or tool. So every time I put on these shoes, I was acting as if I was already this successful guy who could just go and buy these shoes out of nothing. I was, I put the shoes on, and I just imagined myself, being that guy who can just go buy these shoes and who's already successful, like a business guy or whatever. And back then, remember, like, I had no clue where I would make the money, how I would make the money, or actually if I was even going to be able to do it at all, because back then the only thing I really had was the confidence from watching, like, I don't know, YouTube videos and reading books about other people doing the same thing. But I knew that there was a chance that this is going to work out, and that was enough for me to really, give it a chance and really believe that it's going to happen. But I think these shoes actually helped me a little bit, because it helped remind me whenever I wore these shoes that, I'm right now transitioning into something completely different. And it's so cool because now, obviously, now you can see these beautiful shoes. I bought them just like 2 weeks ago, and for me now, buying these shoes is easy, and that's exactly what I was trying to attract back then. So when I bought my first pairs of Louboutin shoes, it was very hard. It was like literally like I was really pushing my budget, and they were secondhand. They were also very used, like really worn. But for me, those were like my dream shoes, and I was so happy to wear them. I felt so successful. I felt amazing wearing those shoes. Yeah, I think that's just a cool little story.
Technically, you want to say that because of these shoes, you gained all your success.
I'm not sure
if all started here.
I mean, kind of. I think definitely that's one of the reasons. But also, like, whenever I was walking in Cannes, for example, in France, along those big yachts, every time I was walking there, I was always imagining myself being on the other side, basically sitting on the yacht and looking out, being already successful, and being, the guy who is the guy who already had that life. So I think it's all about the feeling that you have inside of you, because that's what's going to attract more. So the law of attraction, if you just want to make it very dead simple, whatever you have in your body as a feeling, you will attract more of. So if you have a bunch of debt, and if you feel poor, and if you're always worrying about like how to pay your next bill, if that feeling is dominating your mind all the time, then you will just attract more of that. And I'm not telling you that you should pretend to be happy all the time, because it's not possible to just pretend to be happy, but at least 1 minute per day, just 1 minute per day, sit down and actually pretend as if you are already very successful, very rich, very happy. Visualize, like clearly visualize, feel the smell of being successful. Let's say your dream car is a Ferrari, just to make it like simple, Imagine yourself sitting in that Ferrari, touching the Ferrari, smelling the Ferrari, and driving up in your old neighborhood, and people seeing you coming up there with your Ferrari and smiling and saying hi to you, because now you're this successful person. Like, create a story and create a scenario in your mind that feels real, because that's the feeling that's going to attract the reality.
And you need to think that you actually deserve it, because I see a lot of people that are afraid to go in a Louis Vuitton store or to a Lamborghini car dealer, because they just think it's not meant for them, right?
That's very dangerous, because if that's the feeling you have, then you will attract more of that. Basically, you will attract more of your own reality, that you don't own these things. Actually, it's a good point, because what I did also was sometimes I just randomly took a cab and I went into the city, and I went to the Louis Vuitton store, the Gucci store. I didn't buy anything, because obviously I did not have the money to do that, but I was walking around there, I was touching the material, and I was thinking, okay, yeah, this one looks nice, like as if I was already going to buy it. So I was walking in with confidence, like, yeah, I'm gonna buy. But obviously I wasn't going to. But also, I also very often, I took my phone and went into websites for yachts and jets and other expensive stuff, and I was literally like as if I was right now going to buy, like sitting there just like looking at big yachts and you know, really doing my research, like, yeah, this is the type of yacht I want this size, I want this interior, I want this many crew members. I was already even researching how much does a captain cost, because he needs a salary, and how many how many crew do I need, how big is the crew quarter I need in my yacht, like very specific research on what yacht I want, or you know, and that created the feeling in my body as if I was already on my way to buy a yacht. I actually still didn't really buy a yacht, but I reached the level now where I am literally looking for yachts now. Like now it's real. Now I'm actually, you know, I have my yacht agent, and I'm always on the lookout for a yacht. So now I'm actually looking for them for real. It's a little bit funny, right? But that's very important to act as if you are already successful, and act as if you are the person that you want to become, because that's the feeling that's gonna attract this reality for you. But yeah, so long story short, that's essentially what I did. Mindset, law of attraction, act as if, keep your energy inside of your body aligned with what you want to achieve. Not for the whole day every day, I know that's very hard, but at least 1 minute per day, because one positive thought, in my opinion, seems to be 100 times more powerful than one negative thought. So if you have 100 negative thoughts the whole day, at least sit down for 1 minute, have these positive vibrations and energy inside of you just for 1 minute per day, and with pure intention try to attract this reality. And I know that this is going to work for you, because that's exactly literally what I was doing. And maybe the most important thing is you have to believe in yourself, because if you're sitting there doubting yourself, doubting that you will ever become something extraordinary, then it's going to be very hard. You have to sit down and realize that you are the main character of your own movie. Stop looking at yourself as like the like some kind of extra in a movie. You are the main character, and the movie hasn't really started yet. That's how you should view it. Like, you have to believe in yourself, believe in your future, and know that your future is imminent. It's gonna happen, but it's a decision. So make the decision. You are gonna be successful. You are gonna be happy. You are gonna do all this crazy stuff. You are gonna drive a Maybach or whatever you want to do. Make the decision. The decision is very important. And then many people are asking me, like, but Carl, I made the decision now, but how am I supposed to, like, what should I do? Should I start with crypto? Should I start with real estate? And this is very important, guys. It doesn't matter. Stop thinking about how or what or whatever. Don't think about that, because that's going to give you more doubt. Back when I made this decision, when I did the law of attraction, all these techniques and visualize, I had literally no clue how I would make this money. Remember, I was sitting in a grocery store. I didn't know anything about business. I didn't even know what crypto was. I didn't know that Bitcoin existed. So you should never think about the how, because when you think about the how, it will just seem like a huge wall that you need to climb, and this huge mountain or big wall in your mind is something that's gonna make you doubt. So that's bad for the feeling. Instead, I think what's the most important thing is make the decision, write down your goals, visualize, keep the energy in your body, allow the law of attraction to happen, because the universe will help you with this. That's kind of how this works. The universe, the law of attraction, just like gravity, will start working. And then what I believe is that the universe will start aligning itself for you, and within its own timing, whether it's 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, these things will happen for you, but it will come in the shape of opportunities, and it's your decision, or it's your responsibility to take the opportunities. I always tell people that you make the decision, you do the work, or like you do the mindset work, the mindset shift and switch, and then the universe will start preparing. Actually, it's almost like in a restaurant. You order in the restaurant, and then you just have to believe that after you make the order, the chef is already right now starting to prepare. You have no clue right now if it's gonna be amazing or not right now, but you just have to believe that it's gonna work out exactly as you ordered it. Exactly what you wanted is what you're going to get, and don't think too much about the how. Just believe that it's gonna happen, and then meet the universe halfway. Start at least allowing opportunities to happen and allowing, you know, and take the opportunities. I think you will see the opportunity when you get it. That's what I did at least, and yeah, I think that's like a short version of a long story about how I'm now driving this Maybach in Dubai. So yeah, 3 years from grocery store to where I am right now, and it's literally all about law of attraction. That's how it happened.
That's actually super interesting, and I'm sure all the people, they would love to listen to more of that. Maybe we will make like an extended version out of this today. I think a lot of people will thank you for this message. What will the people see in the next videos on this channel?
Yeah, great question. I mean, honestly, I love, for example, I love the channel from Manny Koshpin, producer Michael, and all of these guys. That's why, or actually, I used many of these videos back then from them to visualize. I was actually imagining myself being in Manny Koshpin's shoes or producer Michael's shoes, walking around in LA and these fancy places, driving fancy cars. So that's what I want to give back. Like, I want to show now you guys my lifestyle after 3 years of mindset, and I want to give you the inspiration. So
definitely subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, subscribe, and you can see more of my cars and my luxury lifestyle and everything and mindset. So and leave us thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up is very, very important. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little mindset coaching session in my beautiful car here in Dubai. And yeah, without any further ado, subscribe, like, and there will be some very crazy content coming up very soon. Bye bye.